curbing my appetite, if you know what I mean.
Oh,
So
so
he's in the doghouse, and when you're in Coughlin's doghouse, most of the time you don't end up playing. And he was in there for a while last year too. You didn't see him for a while, right? Because he did the same thing last year. And if he
well,
didn't fumble in this game, you wouldn't see Brandon Jacobs on the team.
maybe the fact that they bringing Jacobs in is going to have him motivated. Maybe he'll do a better job protecting the football. I guess maybe that's what's going to take for Wilson to, do a better job protecting the ball.
He better figure it
Uh,
out quickly.
so, and y'all going up against the Denver Broncos, Manning Bowl yet again. And although we do not expect Peyton to throw another 7 touchdowns, it's gonna be a high scoring on Denver's part, and Eli's got to keep up in the scoreboard. And not Jacobs, but Nix and Victor Ortiz, he played good against the Cowboys. He had like 2, 3 touchdowns, which means 2 or 3 salsa dances. But they got to do something. And you got to keep Peyton on the sideline as long as possible. So Wilson got to do a better job. And Jacobs, hopefully he can fit right in from the get-go this coming Sunday. They got a lot of work to do.
It's going to be fun to watch. I hope it's on TV. If not, then I'm going to have to go on my computer and watch it. I'm not missing that game.
And the New England Patriots, their injury issues continue. Amendola, he did have a good game against the Bills, but it appears that he has been ruled out for this Thursday against the Jets.
How messed up is that?
Yeah, the guy who was supposed to replace Wes Welker, this has been the problem with Amendola. He can't stay healthy. And there's the proof in the pudding right there. And not only that, Shane Vereen, backup running back, who was the only running back on Sunday to have 100 rushing yard game, he got a wrist injury and he's going to be out for 8 weeks. So the Patriots are running out of offensive options. And Gronkowski, he's already been ruled out for this Thursday. They better start following. They better start looking for maybe get Randy Moss back or something. I don't know. They need to start getting some pieces because usually with the Patriots, they'll do just fine with second, third, backup string offensive players. You're not going to win a Super Bowl the way that you used to. You got to start finding some big name players, for Brady's sake.
Right. Who knows what's going to happen over there? And you know what? Personally, I'd like to see them go down. Let them get their own taste of their medicine.
Maybe they're gonna rely on the overconfidence that is Geno Smith. He's entering. It's one thing to enter your second game, but you just played on Monday. You only get 2-3 days to get ready. Now you got to get ready for Thursday. So maybe
but the Patriots' defense ain't as good as it used to be anymore. That's a problem. You let Buffalo score 21 points on you. What are you, crazy?
Well, it was a new quarterback, a rookie quarterback.
A rookie quarterback. What do they think they're going to face this week? Another rookie quarterback.
Well, I don't expect Geno to be as good as EJ, but at least Geno has shown that he's not going to, back down. He's going to, he's not intimidated whatsoever. One thing about Geno, he's got all the confidence in the world. So, we'll definitely shall see. But New England, they losing pieces left and right on the offensive side. Who's Tom Brady going to throw the football to? Who's gonna be the running back?
Maybe he can get his mother out there and catch it.
Hell, you and I could be receivers for the Patriots, and he'll make us look good.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm ready.
Hey, Tom Brady, you looking for some
Where do I
looking for
sign?
people in the middle of the street. You know, I know it's just 2 days away, but
Where do I sign?
yeah, just
Right? How much
or
am
at
I
least
making? Where do I sign?
gonna be minimum wage, but
You know what that is?
probably 500,
I think it's like $600,000.
600.
Yeah.
At
So
least it's not 1 million. Probably 600, seven
ah,
hundred thousand,
how
right
about
around
that?
that
I could deal
ballpark.
with that.
Yeah,
Can't
that's
you?
fine with me. That's fine with me. Oh, I'm sure you read or seen the scuffle between Showalter and Girardi. I guess someone has been accused of
Yeah,
sign
Showalter. I
stealing.
mean, yeah, Girardi says he's sort of third base coach stealing signs. Hey, Girardi, get the hell out of here. Okay, dude, you're just trying to figure something out because you're not going to make the playoffs. Knock it off already.
I mean, you know, I've had my differences with Showalter. I'm thinking he's just a big mouth, and the Orioles haven't done much. But right now, they've been playing some good baseball. Chris Davies, definitely a candidate for AL MVP, and here and there. And as for the Yankees, I mean, Mariano Rivera, he's entering the last season, and he's been struggling. He's now got 7 blown saves this season in this farewell season of
Great
his.
season he's having, ain't it?
Yeah, it's. I mean, mother time is caught up with him.
Yeah. Huh? Hey, you know something?
Father time, I should say. Father
Okay.
time is undefeated.
So, the National League Central, St. Louis is in first place by 1 game over Pittsburgh and 2 over Cincinnati. 2 over Cincinnati, okay? And you got Cincinnati losing to Chicago last night, which didn't help very much. They're playing Chicago again today. You got Pittsburgh beating Texas, which guarantees Pittsburgh will have a winning season for the first time in umpteen million years.
1992.
Yeah, something like that. I think since the last time they made the playoffs.
Back in the Bobby Bonilla days.
Right, but they're playing Texas, okay, and St. Louis is playing Milwaukee in St. Louis. So all St. Louis has got to do is just beat Milwaukee 3 games. Texas beats Pittsburgh these next 2 games, and Chicago wins these next 2 games, and we move Pittsburgh further down. We move Cincinnati up there. We got St. Louis up there. We put Pittsburgh third. Now the sad thing about it is that there's no other team in the National League that can replace Pittsburgh or Cincinnati. The closest team is Washington, sitting at 74 wins, and Pittsburgh and Cincinnati have 82.
This is definitely a disappointing season for Washington with all the buzz they be getting with Strasburg and Zimmerman and Harper. I mean, I don't know. Strasburg just hasn't been able to get the ball rolling. Harper has been quiet. Zimmerman has been quiet. Just a downright disappointment season for Washington. Maybe they will group next season, but it's just not their season this at the moment. It's just not their time, obviously. They got plenty of good years with Harper and Strasburg and Zimmerman, but they just, I don't know. I'm watching these other teams, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, St. Louis, and I'm thinking maybe Washington will be in the hunt somewhere.
No, they're not even close. They're 8 games back of those 2 teams, particularly those 2 teams. And then you got Arizona. That's 10 games. They're at 72. That's it. So the wild card's all sewn up as far as I'm concerned in the National League. It's Pittsburgh and Cincinnati.
There's only a few weeks left in the season, and although no one hasn't necessarily clinched a playoff as of yet, but yeah, it pretty much looked like we all know who's going to be in.
Cincinnati are going to play in a one-game playoff game. I guess that's what you call it, right?
Yeah,
One,
the
the
tiebreaker, I
tiebreaker
guess.
game. Yeah, they're gonna play it. No, actually, they're gonna play a one-game wild card game, and the winner moves on to the playoffs. The
I'm
winner moves
surprised
on to the
Cincinnati's in the
playoffs.
hunt, considering Joey Votto has just been
Well,
struggling.
Cincinnati. So it's going to be St. Louis, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati. Those three teams. One of them will represent the Central. The other two will represent the wild card teams. One of those teams will make the playoffs. The other one will go home. I'm hoping Cincinnati beats freaking Pittsburgh in the
I
wild
mean,
card game.
Pittsburgh, they have had their
I'm gonna be all over
second
your
half
Cincinnati,
collapse.
man. And to let you know, they're really only 2 games behind Pittsburgh.
I got a feeling
Really?
St. Louis is going to get that division. I mean,
I need St. Louis to get the division, and I need Pittsburgh to swap spots with Cincinnati. So I need Cincinnati to go on like a 10-game winning streak right now.
St. Louis to me, even without Albert Pujols and Tony La Russa, that's a well-oiled team, well-oiled machine out there, and they
didn't
just
really lose
show.
anything, did they?
Yeah, it's like they never missed a step.
Mm-hmm.
Beltran's playing pretty good, and I don't know. It's just maybe they're just not getting that much talk because maybe Albert's not there anymore, and I'm sure Albert Pujols wishes he was still with that team. He's now entering the second of a 10-year contract, and the Angels. I mean, you talk about disappointments. That's a disappointment right there. With that lineup, with Hamilton and Pujols and Trout and Trumbo, and you're not gonna make the playoffs. But that lineup, Mike Social may be in trouble.
Might be now.
He definitely. I mean, and it's funny because people was talking about the LA teams early this season, and automatically Dodgers got off to a rough start, and then they bring in a Cuban dude, Yasier Puig, and they obviously they're gonna be a playoff team. My problem with Puig is he could be a knucklehead at times, trying to advance to an extra base. He be trying to take too many risks. So Don Mattingly may need to have a talk with him, tell him to calm down a little, man. Like, ain't no need to be taking these unnecessary risks. Just get on base and just relax. Just try not to go for the big play all the time.
So it looks like in the American League, it's going to be, so far, it's Boston, Detroit, and Oakland. And then you're going to have, looks like, it would be Texas as one wild card team, and Tampa Bay as the other wild card team, as it sits right now. One of those two teams will move on to make the playoffs. The other team will go home. That wild card game is just to get into the playoffs. Doesn't mean you made the playoffs. I don't want to hear you freaking people switching things around. That wild card game means whoever wins makes the playoff. Whoever loses goes home. That's what the hell that's all about. Now, it's not the same thing in the NFL. It's different.
Yeah, they don't have like a tiebreaker game or whatever. They just whoever has the better division of record and a tiebreaker advances to the playoffs. But this could be an intriguing postseason. I'm definitely looking forward, especially to see what the Dodgers can do with Puig. And as for the American League, I mean, Texas Rangers, similar to the Cardinals, no Josh Hamilton, and they doing pretty good for themselves. The Orioles, the Boston Red Sox, I mean, I'm sure they're glad that they're doing well without Valentine, whatever his name is. I mean, it's going to be an interesting postseason within the next few weeks, and it's going to be interesting to see who's in and who gets left out. I will definitely like to see the Yankees